Chung, your go-to for all things marketing, mindset, and manifestation. I grew my online business from 0 to beyond 6 figures in 8 months. My purpose is to empower women to step into the highest, most aligned versions of themselves. If you are ready to take charge of your life, learn how to design a wildly successful business, and leave limiting beliefs behind, you've come to the right place. You will learn the actionable tips and step-by-step strategies on money, manifestation, and social media. It's time to step into your role as boss, to raise your vibration and tap into your unlimited potential today. Welcome to the Social Reset Podcast. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. This is an episode entirely about Magicmind. So we're going to talk about what to expect, details about the container, who's the best fit for the container, the investment, all things Magicmind. And I'm really hoping that this is a conversation that we are able to continue into the DMs, maybe through email, and really discuss how Magicmind could be a perfect fit for you and your business right now. We already have a couple of people enrolled, paid and enrolled, locked in, and I'm having several conversations in the DMs about those who are interested in joining us. So I love being able to do that because really builds a more of a personal connection, and I'm able to personalize how I see you working through Magicmind, how I see myself coaching you in the container based on if it's an aligned fit for you. So if you're interested, definitely DM me after you're done listening to this episode, and we can talk more about how I see Magicmind benefiting your business, certain things that we can really focus and zoom in on, and answer any questions that you might have. So let me go through and share what I think are the most important things to know about joining the container. And of course, I will share how you can join, how you can apply and enroll, which is going to be week of February 27th to March 3rd. I'm really, really excited to open the enrollment dates. And of course, you can enroll before then as well. Just DM me and I'll share some next steps into how you can make that happen. All right, so let's start with what is Magicmind. Magicmind is a 5-month business mastermind that I created for spirit-led coaches, healers, mystics, online educators, teachers. Essentially, if you have a business that is completely or part-time online, then it works for you. And you're working with clients, you are meeting with people, helping them work through a transformation, right? So that's teacher, if you're teaching something, that is coaches, healers, you're working with clients one-on-one or through groups or through courses. So this round of Magicmind is going to be April 2023 to August 2023. We're going to have an in-person kickoff event in San Francisco. Yay! We're going to have our first in-person event for the Mastermind. So I'm really, really excited. I'm putting all the details together for it right now, and it's going to be incredible. There's going to be Reiki and sound bowl healing and some fun artsy things that we're going to get to do, and also coaching. So it's going to be a really beautiful time together. And then we're also going to have a virtual live event. So the in-person event is optional. I know that not everyone is going to be able to make it out to San Francisco, so I'm not going to be teaching everything that's mandatory for the container, but we are going to be having a virtual live event that is one that everybody will be joining. Everyone's expected to be there, and we will be teaching mandatory concepts. We are going to have 3 coaching calls a month. And we're going to have a private Slack community where I will coach you, your peers will coach you in the container, in between the calls, essentially anytime you need. And I have some fun with it. If you've used Slack before, you know that there are channels. So essentially, like, we all get access to the same workspace, and we all get access to specific channels. But I kind of split up the channels based on what you need coaching on and also what you want to celebrate. So like, we have Celebration Station. We have a channel called Get It Off Your Damn Chest. It doesn't have anything to do with like coaching or business necessarily. It can, but it's more so like, oh, this is the day I'm going through. I'm just going to dump it right here. We also have like different channels based on different topics and concepts that we've covered. So if you want like further coaching, and sometimes I ask for you to upload, whether it is files or pieces of content, emails, things like that for me to review and give you feedback on inside Magicmind. That is something that I do as well in my close containers, which right now is the only one that's going to be opening is Magicmind. I don't do that for any of my other students unless we're working one-to-one. So Magicmind was designed by me, a curse breaker, a rule breaker, a woman of color, a magician, seeking for more of the same, more of that same energy, right? So if you're feeling aligned, if you're feeling drawn to this container, then you are already an incredible fit. So really, really follow your inner fuck yes as you are reading, learning more about Magicmind, contacting me, and applying. And if you are a coach, a healer, an educator who knows making six figures and beyond is your birthright, then this container is for you as well. If you know that you're not just like, well, whatever, I'm not really worried if I make too much money. I don't really want this to be like a full-time thing. It's going to be really simple, right? There are definitely people like that who are out there, but I'm assuming that if you're listening to this podcast and if you're in my world, you want to make it to six figures and you want to go all in and take your business seriously and create it to become a very full-time opportunity for you, whether you're working a day job on the side or maybe you're not, right? Like this is something that you want to create to be a full-time reality. And if you've worked with at least 3 paid clients, then you are ready to be in Magicmind. All right, so let's talk about what to expect in terms of the concepts that we are going to be teaching. This is just some of them, but the first one is true energetic alignment. So this container is not going to be teaching you to do more, to hustle harder, to do more strategies. This container is going to teach you to create energetic alignment from the inside out. So that matched with action is what creates massive and lasting results. And what I mean by energetic alignment is the energy that you match yourself to internally to create your results externally. So a lot of the time when it comes to especially outdated business practices, it's a lot about working harder, doing more, implementing more strategies, things that you haven't tried before. But inside Magicmind, we are going to find personalized strategies that work best for you and the results you want to create and the lifestyle that you want to create. But it's not going to be about doing more. It's about sticking to what works, keeping it really simple, and really focusing on your inner energetic beliefs, your thoughts, your being an energetic match to what you're creating, and really focusing on that rather than overcompensating for the lack of belief and trying out more strategies and doing more and more things. Because I've seen that doesn't work and can be really harmful if that's how you start your business or that's the foundation you're building your business on. We're also going to be building out your client journey. So gone are the days where you are in new part-time coach type of energy, right? Inside Magicmind, you will uncover clear transformations that your clients will experience through working with you and build out a journey to build your product suite. So for example, maybe you have a one-on-one offer already, but what we're going to do is maybe create a middle ticket offer, maybe something that's a little bit smaller so that people can get a sense of what it's like to work with you. Or maybe we end up creating a really valuable free resource that gets people into your world in a really, really easy way because it's free and they get to learn what it's like to work with you in a container together in your one-on-one container, right? That's just an example, but what we will do is, if it feels right to you, if it feels like an aligned time to do this, we will build out your product suite and the products that you offer, and we'll work on that together. And I'll let you know if maybe it's not the right time to do that. We'll have a conversation, right? Maybe there are some other things that we want to clean up, other areas in your business that you really want to focus on instead. So you might not do every single one of these things, really depending on where you are specifically in your business, which is also why I'm keeping this container very intimate. There are only limited spots available because I want to be able to give everybody that attention and my eyeballs inside their business, and really be able to guide you with my full attention. Okay, another concept we're going to be covering is decolonizing your business. So what I mean by that is we are decolonizing any systems of supremacy, oppression, anything that is outdated, white, male, wounded, masculine strategies that have no place in your spirit-led, soul-guided business. So anything that doesn't serve your highest purpose as a magician, as a leader, as a woman of color, as someone who is so magical building a magical business, we are going to release anything that just feels really, icky or stuck or sleazy. Anything like that is going to go. And we're going to replace it with strategies, intentions, way of showing up in your business that feel really, really good to you and create massive results. So that's what I'm going to help you do. I kind of see it as like flipping the switch, right? So like instead of maybe what you've been doing in the past that hasn't been working, or maybe it has, but it's caused you to feel really bogged down and really, maybe really drained, maybe really emotionally or like mentally drained by what you've been doing. We're going to flip it and create something new in its place that is going to be even more sustainable and powerful and really works for you versus something that you feel like you've always had to do. Like, for example, sales calls, right? Maybe you've done them for a while and you're like, this is just really not working for me. Maybe you're a mom and maybe you have a day job, or maybe you have some other responsibilities, and just hopping on sales calls all week is just not your vibe. So maybe we transition into applications together and we really ramp up the clarity in your content so that people feel comfortable enough applying to work with you without even jumping on a sales call. And yes, it's 100% possible. I did this about a little over a year in my business and transitioned into applications. And it was such a powerful thing I did in my business. It freed up so much time and energy because I was just done with the sales calls, and my business had actually like increased and 10x revenue since then. So that's just one example of something we can flip the switch on and really create new ways of showing up in your business and create even more long-lasting and sustainable results. All right. We are also going to work on mastery of several things. So here are just 3 of the main ones, but there's more for sure that we're going to be covering that I might touch on a couple of them, but each month, essentially, we're going to be focusing on a new theme, something specific that we're going to work through, and you will get ample time to really create the mastery of each of them. So number 1 is the mastery of your magic. So your magic is your sole purpose. It's your secret sauce, whatever you want to call it, right? It's your niche. I don't really love using that word because sometimes it can feel kind of just a little limiting, right? So definitely very, very, it can feel kind of like showing up in a box. So I like to call it your magic because it is. It's not just a niche that you picked up and went, oh, okay, I'm going to do this and build a business around it because it's the most profitable thing to do, right? Maybe some of us started there, but entering Magicmind, you are going to be clear on what your magic is. And if you're not completely clear on it, you definitely will be by the time you are in the container. And your magic isn't meant to be uncovered once. It is a delicious unfurling over time. You're going to build a relationship with it. You're going to be led by it. You are going to dance with it inside this container and build the life and business of your dreams. So it might sound like, oh, well, it's my magic, right? Like, why do I have to build on it? But just like any relationship with any person or anything, you are going to build a dynamic with your magic. You're going to co-create with it. It's going to be birthed through you in multiple different ways, in multiple different offerings, right? So that's something to keep in mind. And then your marketing is also something that you're going to gain mastery of. So just walking away, knowing exactly how to speak to your aligned clients, knowing what creates take my money now type of energy and a ready to buy audience. You're always going to have a line out the door for your launches. So your marketing is going to be one of the things that you master as well. being able to really clearly speak to your clients and really understand what's going on in their brains, how to really speak to them in a way where they aren't just like, yeah, that sounds good, compared to like, oh my gosh, I need this right now. This person is speaking directly to me. That's one of the things that you're going to master and really, really focus on inside Magicmind. I have one student who's in this current round of Magicmind, and she went from feeling really unclear, not really knowing like how she was attracting her sales, not really feeling confident talking to her people or even really understanding why they were going through her course. And we worked through a couple of things. I coached her on it. I gave her some homework, some things to focus on, some things to do and get back to me with. And over time, she is now booking sales. Like there was one day where I think she booked like 12 sales into her course. There was another one where she had like 4 sales in one day. And she's like, oh my gosh, people want to work with me and I know exactly how to speak to them, right? One of the things that I gave her to bring up and for the energy to be in, she literally booked several clients just off of that one post. And she's mainly just posting to her stories. Some are on her feed. And so it isn't about doing more and being on more platforms or trying out more strategies. I just guided her towards what's been working for her and helping her to see the clarity that she already has, bringing it to me, and then just kind of fine tuning and zooming in on that. And also claiming her space, claiming her identity as a leader and a CEO, right? That was something that she didn't have going into the container. And so it's so beautiful being able to watch my students really be able to feel worthy and take responsibility for their incredible results. All right, the other thing we're going to be mastering is your sales. Sales will stop feeling hot and cold. You're going to learn to turn on the faucet to sales whenever you want and turn into an in-demand coach. You're going to feel like a coach that is in demand, and it's going to feel effortless rather than it feeling like pulling teeth or grasping or convincing your people, which we never want to be in that energy because it's so draining after that's not sustainable, right? And being able to wake up with payment notifications on your phone or waking up to paid invoices in your email, just envision what your life would be like if that was your reality, right? That's what I want to help you get towards, because I know it's possible for you. You have to believe it's possible for you, and together we will create that reality. And I know that it is just right around the corner. Oftentimes my students are surprised and think that that's so far down the road, but it's really not. If you allow yourself to be open and to receive this energy, to be a match for it, and to work towards it in a way that feels good to you, you really do collapse time. And it's a really beautiful thing when that happens. All right, so if you're interested in joining Magicmind, feel free to DM me and I can talk to you about next steps for early enrollment. But if you are going to be applying the week of February 27th to March 3rd, I'm going to have an application form that is ready. I'm going to email it to everyone on the waitlist. So make sure you're on the Magicmind waitlist. If you scroll into the show notes, that is going to be, that's going to be available there for you as well. And I will also be doing 5 days of live coaching and training. So what I'm going to be doing is that entire week, when applications are open, you will be seeing me on Zoom every single day from the 27th to March 3rd, talking about Magicmind, teaching some of the Magicmind concepts in more detail. and live coaching all of you. This is for you as a prospective Magicmind student to see what it's like getting coached by me and also learning those Magicmind concepts because they are different. This is a container for students who are growing to 6 figures. This isn't just book your first couple clients or, discovering your magic. It's beyond that, right? It is a more advanced room for coaches that have already worked with clients. You already know what your magic is. You already know who you want to serve, and you're getting in here to grow to 6 figures done your way. You're ready to collapse time, and you're ready for this. You're ready to go all in on yourself and really decide, this is what I'm doing. This is who I am. I am a CEO. I am a leader. I am building this empire, and this is how I'm going to do it. Right? CEOs make CEO level decisions. They don't reel in indecision over and over again or spiral. They make decisions. They're in or they're out. It's yes or it's no, right? They make clear decisions in their business. And that is what I'm empowering you to do with this container. And I would love to be able to chat with you more in the DMs. So if you're applying week of February 27th to March 3rd, I will review your application, and if you are a good fit, you're going to get an acceptance letter. And the acceptance letter is also going to include a link for a one-on-one call. This is going to be our sales call together, and we're going to chat, and it'll give you an opportunity to inquire about the mastermind, ask any burning questions, anything that you want to know. And then after the call, you have 48 hours to pay in full. So that's $10K paid in full, or you submit the first payment. So that is that's $5K in split into 2 payments. So let me know. Let me know if that's something that you're thinking about, is joining us inside the mastermind, and we can talk about what those next steps are. And also, if you are joining earlier, then you are able to start a longer payment plan, because the payment plan does need to be fulfilled before we start in April. So for example, if you're doing that payment plan of 2 payments of $5K, they would both need to be paid before April. So you can DM me, we can talk more about that and get it all set up. And I would love to see you all there. I would love to see you at the week of delusion for you to really, really go deep into learning about these concepts and really getting coached by me, seeing what that's like, and making a decision on whether or not Magicmind is that right next step for you. So I would love to see you in the container. Let me know if you have any questions at all. You can DM me at tiffanychung.co. You can also send me an email. That's hello@tiffanychung.co. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you all. I would love to continue the conversations that I've been having with you all in the DMs, which is so, so fun. And yeah, I'm really excited about this container. I think it's going to be so magical, and I cannot wait to see everyone who ends up in it. All right, that is it for the episode. If you want to check out more about Magicmind and more about certain things that you're curious about, I do have an entire invite page, which is tiffanychung.co/Magicmind. That's also going to be linked in the show notes. And I also have a page just for frequently asked questions. And that will also be linked in the show notes. So just check that out and make sure that you're on the wait list if you want to join us and submit your application the week of February 27th to March 3rd. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you inside Magicmind, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. If this episode resonated with you, please take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at tiffanychung.co. I truly appreciate interacting with every one of you. Catch you all on the next one.